There's a thin line between wealth and ensuring that all future generations live as lavishly and richly as you do. This is the situation with the 10 wealthiest families in the world. In a world where living the good life often means having lots of money, few families embody luxury like the Kochs. With an estimated net worth of over $68 billion, the Koch family has built a massive empire that covers many different industries, such as energy and manufacturing. Koch Industries is currently the largest privately owned company in America and one of the biggest oil producers in the world. The Koch family is heavily involved in U.S. politics and has invested a lot of money in opposing any laws related to climate change. For instance, Charles and David Koch are big donors to the Republican Party, giving over $1.5 billion to conservative causes in the past decade. The Koch family is known for their extravagant purchases, including expensive artwork like paintings by Monet and Picasso. They even turned their homes into private art galleries. However, their most over-the-top purchase was an old photograph of Billy the Kid, which they bought for $2.3 million. This might seem like a lot for a photo, but it's just a drop in the bucket for the Koch family. It's nothing compared to how the wealthiest Indian family spends their massive fortune. Did you know that the Ambani family is one of the most affluent families in India? They are incredibly wealthy and are known for their extravagant lifestyle. Their fortune, worth a staggering $85.1 billion, comes from their business, Reliance Industries, one of the largest companies in India. The Ambanis are involved in various industries like telecommunications and petrochemicals. But what stands out about them is their love for luxury and living life to the fullest. The Ambani family lives in a 27-story building named Antilia, the most expensive private home in the world, worth around $2 billion. The top 6 floors of the building are where the family lives. In contrast, the rest of the building has luxury amenities like a private cinema, a high-tech gym, and a top-notch spa. One of the most unique features of the house is a room where the temperature is always 0 degrees. The first 6 floors of the building are a garage that houses over 160 cars, including custom-made Rolls-Royce and limited-edition Bentleys. Despite their lavish lifestyle, the Ambanis are also known for their philanthropy, giving back to various charitable causes to help those in need. When we think about wealthy families, we often imagine a male leader at the top. But that wasn't the case with the Betancourt. Instead, the late and great Liliane Betancourt was the woman who helped her family become ultra-rich. Even before Liliane, the Betancourt family wasn't struggling financially. They are an old noble family with roots in the 14th century. However, under Liliane's guidance, her family branch became incredibly famous, successful, and one of the wealthiest families in the world. She was the richest woman in the world when she passed away in 2017, with a net worth of $44.3 billion. Today, the family is worth more than $92.7 billion. Meet the Betancourt family, who made their fortune through the famous L'Oréal Cosmetics empire. The business is now led by Liliane's daughter, Françoise Betancourt-Meyers, who has become the world's richest woman and one of the top 10 wealthiest people, with a net worth of around $92 billion. Despite their immense wealth, the family prefers a modest lifestyle, staying out of the public eye and enjoying the peace and tranquility that their billions can afford. The Betancourt may seem like a big spender, but less wealthy than the next person on the list. The wealthiest man in Mexico, Carlos Slim Helú, and his family are among the richest in the world, with over $95.1 billion. Despite their immense wealth, they lead a surprisingly simple life. Carlos still lives in the same modest 6-bedroom house he bought 40 years ago when he first became rich, and he restricts his salary to only $24,000 a month. This man is truly one of a kind. Carlos started as a young entrepreneur, selling sweets and drinks to his friends at age 10. While he didn't make his fortune from this early venture, he later became the owner of América Móvil, Mexico's largest mobile phone company, worth $70.5 billion. Despite his immense wealth, Carlos is known for his extensive philanthropy, particularly in supporting education, arts, and sports in Mexico. This contrasts with another wealthy family who inherited their fortune rather than earning it themselves. The Wertheimer family became rich by making wise financial decisions and striking essential business deals. In the 1920s, they became wealthy by teaming up with the famous fashion designer Coco Chanel. Coco Chanel created new and exciting fashion. Pierre Wertheimer, who was good at selling things, helped her make her brand famous worldwide. However, there was some disagreement about the terms of their agreement because Wertheimer ended up getting 70% of all profits. In comparison, only 10% went to Chanel. The story of the famous fashion brand Chanel is fascinating. During World War II, Coco Chanel tried to get back at the family who co-owned the company. Still, they could outsmart her and regain control after the war. When Coco Chanel passed away, the family bought her shares in the company, solidifying their ownership. Today, the business is run by Pierre's grandsons, Alain and Gérard, who have expanded the family's wealth through investments in luxury vineyards and horse breeding facilities. It's a fantastic success story for the family behind Chanel. The Mars family is famous for creating popular sweets like Snickers, Twix, and Mars bars, which kids love but are less dentists. Who would have thought mixing chocolate with caramel could make so much money? The family's sweet journey started in 1911, when Franklin Mars and his second wife started a candy business. Even though their first attempt failed due to World War I, it set the stage for the successful Mars candy business we know today. The company has since expanded beyond just candy and even invested in the pet care market, which was a huge success. Mars Inc. is a big company and is worth a lot of money, around $45 billion. They have over 130,000 people working for them all around the world. The family that owns Mars Inc. doesn't discuss how they spend their money, but we know about a few things they've bought. In 2007, it was in the news that John Mars, one of the family members, purchased a fancy old place called Marbury Hall Estate in England for about £50 million. The place has vast, beautiful gardens and an imposing mansion. The Mars family is known for its business success and philanthropy. Its Mars Foundation, established in 1965, supports charitable causes, including education, conservation, and scientific research. Despite their achievements, they may seem modest compared to others. The Walton family is the force behind Walmart, one of the biggest retail chains worldwide. Nowadays, whether a town in the United States is considered a city often depends on whether it has a Walmart. These vast stores have become a big part of American life, making the Waltons incredibly wealthy. Their fortune started with Sam Walton, who opened the first Walmart in 1962. Today, Walmart has over 11,000 stores in 27 countries, valued at around $250 billion. This makes the Walton family one of the richest in the world. The Waltons, a wealthy family, are known for being humble despite their riches. They enjoy luxurious things, like Alice Walton's love for collecting art. In 2011, she built the Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art in Arkansas to display her art collection, which includes a famous painting by Georgia O'Keeffe that she bought for $44.4 million. The Waltons are also known for their charitable giving, having donated billions of dollars to various causes such as education, healthcare, and conservation. Through the Walton Family Foundation, they support many beneficial projects to improve people's lives and communities. Suppose you come from a family surrounded by talk of conspiracy theories and wild ideas, and people claim that you're a mighty lizard in disguise ruling the world. In that case, you're likely part of one of the wealthiest families in the world. This family is said to have a vast fortune of around $400 billion. Because of their immense wealth, the Rothschild family is often portrayed as villains. Still, likely they don't pay much attention to what their critics say. The Rothschild family has existed since the late 1700s. They started out as bankers in Frankfurt, Germany. They became very successful and expanded their business to other big financial cities in Europe. They were known for managing money well, especially when politics were unstable and became famous. Today, the family owns parts of almost every big and profitable business in the world. They're not just into banking, they also do mining and construction. They own some of the biggest mining companies like Glencore Mining, worth $127.5 billion, Rio Tinto Mining, worth $103 billion, and Agora Oil and Gas, worth $1.4 billion. They also have investments in RRIT Capital Partners, valued at $7.7 billion, and La Champagne Financière, estimated to be around $121 billion. But that's not all. The Rothschilds also love the arts. Their art collection is worth more than $2 billion. They also own about $25 billion worth of property worldwide, including Chateau Mouton Rothschild, worth $200 million, and Watterson Manor, worth $356 million. They've bought some really fancy stuff over the years, like Nat Rothschild's $102 million superyacht. But most families like to keep their wealth private and not show it off too much. When you think about really wealthy families, you might picture the Saudi royal family of Al Saud. They live exceptionally lavishly and spend a lot of money on extravagant things. With $1.4 trillion in their bank accounts, it's unsurprising that the Al Sauds live luxuriously. The Al Saud family's wealth mainly comes from the oil and energy trade. They own several successful oil, gas, and other energy resource companies. The biggest one is Aramco, the world's largest oil producer, responsible for 15% of the world's oil supply. This company is worth around $8 trillion. In addition to their oil business, the family also has shares in central banks, phone companies, construction firms, and various other types of businesses. Their motto is, "If it's not top quality, it's not for us," which shows they appreciate luxury and expensive things. They own extravagant items like gold-plated cars, yachts, ornaments, and even a golden escalator. King Salman, who leads the Al Saud family, insists that his hotels are adorned with lots of gold and furnished with items made exclusively for him. Louis XV, a $3.5 billion hotel in Mecca, and the rights to NEOM, an impressive project to create a self-sustaining city in the Saudi Arabian desert, estimated to cost around $1.1 trillion. However, it's uncertain when this ambitious project will be completed.